It's not an upset, but it's going to make Kansas fans very upset. The Kansas Jayhawks had a 21-point lead in this game, and they lost. What? They lost? They lost. Baylor outscored the Jayhawks 60-30 in the second half. The Bears are 10-1 at home, and the home team in this series has won the past 9 meetings. It didn't look like that was going to happen today, but it did. Baylor taking care of the basketball. They benefited off of multiple turnovers from Kansas. 24 points off of 14 Jayhawk turnovers in this game. And you want to talk about a tale of two halves. This is a tale of two halves for Baylor. They had 21 in the first half, 60 in the second half. Absolutely surging. What did Scott Drew say at halftime? I don't know. I'm really not sure. I mean, and you question because Kansas squeaked out a win against UCF earlier this week. So you're like, okay, or you're like, all right, maybe something's going on. They're not fully healthy. They go on the road and they lose by 11 after leading by as many as 21. It's the largest blown lead in school history. The largest blown lead in school history, Matt. Your reaction is what?
Kansas is staring down its worst 2-season run that it's had in 4 decades. When you had Iowa State losing at home, shockingly, to Kansas State, and now Kansas on the road in a winnable game against a Baylor team that has been unpredictable since the first week of the season. Now, we might come to learn that Houston's just going to lord over this league this season and get it done yet again because the Cougars are outrageous. But there was really a window and an opening here for KU to make sure it didn't fall back too deep in the Big 12 race. Couldn't get it done. Flory Badunga's lack of absence and production in this game in particular, when he seemingly has been a key piece, and we learned some of that when KJ Adams was out. They couldn't take advantage there. Bill Self is one of the best coaches, and frankly, he held the tag for a good half-decade or so, if not longer, of being the best coach in college basketball. He's got a really good staff. Can they get this together, David? I don't know. I think that there's still a chance for Kansas to salvage itself, but it is now tracking to finish outside the top 3 in the Big 12/Big 8 for the first time since basically, circa 1980. It's pretty wild to think, and that's we still got to give Baylor a ton of credit here in what it was able to do. But they didn't get this done, and Baylor lost VJ Edgecombe, who's going to maybe be a top 5 pick in 5 months. Insane development in Waco.
Yeah, well, you look at the Baylor side of this. Can this be a jump start for the rest of their season? Jeremy Roach has been out of the lineup. If they get him back, could they start to realize their full potential? Because they were teetering on the brink there of this could go in a really bad direction for Baylor. Well, you score 60 in the second half against Kansas. All of a sudden, that could be the jump start they need to get on a run. But, Matt, haven't you heard? Dan Hurley's the best coach in college basketball.
I said Self one of the best. Dan Hurley still wants to carry that title. He absolutely can. Although Scott Drew also won a national title. I got to mention this. Robert Wright, who has been a freshman that has been cruising somewhat under the radar here. 24 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. He got Baylor this win. David mentioned no Roach. Edgecombe leaves the game in the second half due to injury, and Wright carries them. Phenomenal showing out of him today. And maybe, just maybe, guys, this is going to be a hinge point for Baylor's season. I don't know. This is why I love college hoops on days like this, to see, like, it's just one result after another. What does it mean? Some of these results that we're going to get today we're going to look a month from now and see how much it meant. Some are just going to be little blips on the radar. I think that's the case with Iowa State. But credit to Baylor, man. I have it at 64-32. They outscored them in the final 21 minutes. So that actually accounts for pre-halftime. 64-32. Baylor outscored Kansas.
They shot 40% in the first half. They shot a putrid 17% in the second half. You know what Kansas is, right, Matt? Ranked roadkill.
That's right, baby.
Ranked roadkill. 21 points was the lead they had, and they lost 81-70. 81-70, largest blown lead in Kansas history.
By the way, you know what this sets up?
Tell me.
Massive game Monday.
Yep.
Kansas hosting Iowa State.
Massive.
Someone's going to take another loss there.
Yep.
Huge, huge stakes. Man.
Biggie. Maybe we'll have you back on.
I'm good to go.
Maybe you and David will have you back on.
Let me know.
All right. Appreciate you.